Greetings from Sri Lanka Unites. We are joined here by the delegates of the University of Oklahoma who are here on an exchange program organized by the University of Oklahoma in partnership with the State Department and Sri Lanka Unites. We are joined here by Ms. Hannah Stirton. Ms. Hannah, could you please give us an introduction about yourself so that we can have an idea about what you do?
Absolutely. My name is Hannah Stirton. I am born and raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I currently work for a startup full-service marketing company in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am the marketing manager of the agency. I started with the company in 2020 when we were 8 full-time employees. I was the 9th hire during the pandemic, tough times. However, we started to scale up during that time to prepare for companies, getting more of a marketing, growing their marketing budget going into 2021. Since then, we have hired 25 new people. So we are a very, very fast-growing marketing company. Right now, we're focused in the local space, however, growing quickly regionally. And my responsibility is to grow the brand and to work with our internal team on our website, managing our website to represent our company, and to also have local events and just be the sole an advocate for my company and the startup.
That's amazing. How has your trip to Sri Lanka been? What have you been doing? Tell us a little about it.
Well, my trip to Sri Lanka has been absolutely fantastic. It's been I was telling Jeff, the leader of our group, that this has been one of the best weeks of my life. On multiple levels. One being, obviously to come to this beautiful island and meet such kind people and come to a completely different culture than home. So on that level, it's just been absolutely beautiful and such a wonderful opportunity for me. On another level, getting to hear and sit in on our fellows who came to the States and were in the program, one being the gentleman I hosted, Sean. Right. Getting to listen to all 5 fellows and what they're doing and the passion they have for their companies has been inspiring to me. So on that level, it's just been, I'm just so grateful to listen to their stories and their purpose and their passion for their companies. On the next being getting to spend time with all of you and learn from you and interact with you and get to learn much more about the island of Sri Lanka and take that home with me and advocate for you all. It's you all speak for yourselves with your interactions with us throughout the week. So it's just been, I couldn't have asked for a better time here.
Yes, that's amazing to hear that you've enjoyed your stay here. As an entrepreneur, what are some of the challenges that you faced throughout your journey?
So I am technically not an entrepreneur. I am one of a couple in the group that aren't. However, I've worked with, in my short career, I've worked with two startups from beginning stages. So I've worked closely with CEOs and founders of startups, right, and them being entrepreneurs. And me, I've learned throughout this week, and I think the majority of my life, having an entrepreneurial spirit about me, and the challenges that I've faced in working for startups and for entrepreneurs is just that daily tactical grind of sharing your story and sharing your points of differentiation and knowing how to create the messaging about your business and who you are from such a small scale. That's tough, right? Because some days you may not have the necessary resources. Some days, you know, your people are burnout, or it's a myriad of challenges. However, you know, if you have people around you that support you and also believe in your story and your purpose, you know, even though those challenges come along consistently and feels like perpetually, it's just wonderful to have, you know, such a special group of people around you. So spending a week with this group, these fellows, I have been inspired to start my own business, and that's the goal, absolutely.
So you have been in Sri Lanka for quite a few days and interacted with Sri Lankan entrepreneurs and business communities. What are your thoughts on the country and its entrepreneurs?
Twofold. My thoughts on the country,
yes,
is how tenacious everyone is, how tenacious Sri Lankans are. I know I've heard throughout the trip about the economic crisis. We spoke to the chamber and every individual fellow, and also entrepreneurs throughout the panels at the university. Everyone starts with, you know, we're in a really tough time right, yes, now, and they follow with how optimistic they are, which is really, really hard to do, to have a mindset of optimism and hope, and a tenacity and a grit that is so evident throughout this entire community. From an entrepreneur's perspective, I've seen that even more, you know, elevated. So from a country's perspective, and obviously we've only been here for 9 days, but as a whole, I've just seen this tenacity to want to you know, start companies and create more jobs and help the economy and create sustainability and just economic growth, right? But from an entrepreneur perspective, each fellow has this intrinsic motivation, right, to help the community and to create jobs and to stay in the country and to motivate their fellow entrepreneurs, but also the country as a whole, which has been, like I said, I don't have a better word for it, inspiring. That you're in such a tough time right now, and you still, I've seen across the board people that have this passion and hope, and it's beautiful.
That was an amazing perspective to hear. Finally, is there any advice that you would be giving to upcoming entrepreneurs, not just in Sri Lanka, but across the world?
Absolutely. Three things.
Right.
One being your motivation cannot be monetary, right? You know, we spoke to several entrepreneurs at the university. A couple were, you know, paying for school with their business, which is great. Which is sometimes that's what you have to do, right? But the initial motivation it can't be monetary. It's about, similar to our fellows. Each fellow started with, this is what I love, this is what I believe in, this is my purpose. So having that purpose that's much deeper than monetary, right? Second, being able to tell your story, right, in a way that's clear and concise, but also very compelling, right? I work in marketing every day, and I work with companies, with young companies, with companies that are, you know, mid-sized, with companies that are also, you know, 50 million, 100 million revenue sized businesses. And each company needs a compelling story, right, to connect with the customer's emotions. And so that's the second piece of advice. And the third being to never allow yourself to drop your head, never allow yourself to drop your chin. always create a community around yourself that supports you and believes in your story and believes in your business. And my grandmother used to say, you are the average of the five people you spend the most time with. And if you create an ecosystem around you, a support system around you that also believes in your vision and your goals, then that, on those bad days, on those tough days, on the days where you feel like this isn't working, maybe I'm wrong, maybe my company isn't the right thing to do, you have those people around you to lift you up, because you're only human. And moments where you feel like this is tough, you have those people around you to believe in you, and then every other day you're ready to go. So
that was very inspiring indeed. Thank you very much for joining with us today. It was really lovely to have you. Have a good day.
Thank you.